for being here today and for your time. Thanks to the incredible work by President Trump, Secretary Rubio, and the entire administration, all of the living hostages in Gaza have come home, and a comprehensive peace plan between Israel and Hamas is now in place. Now, the thoughtful implementation of the peace plan is key to the long-term success, and I'm committed to working with my colleagues in Congress, the administration, and all of our allies to ensure that this plan is executed effectively. In February, the Palestinian Authority reportedly ended its pay-to-slay program, also known as the Martyrs Fund. And as many of you may know, I've been key in providing legislation to try to stop this during the last administration, and went so far as to sue President Biden over his refusal to enforce U.S. law in the form of the Taylor Force Act. Now we find that the Palestinian Authority has replaced it with a welfare program that allocates aid to families based on economic need, supposedly. Despite this reform, the same households that receive payments from the pay-to-slay program now qualify for the newly created welfare program. This raises the question, are these genuine reforms, or are these simply the Martyrs, is this simply the Martyrs Fund rebranded? So, Professor Kontorovich, how should Congress and the Trump administration evaluate the success of the reformed stipend system? And is there a tangible difference between the Palestinian Authority's pay-to-slay program and the new welfare payments that we are seeing?
Of course, there's no difference because there has not been a change of heart and a change of mind. There is a desire to try to comply with U.S. legislation to allow funding and to say that they've reformed, but nobody believes they've changed their views. And it's crucial to point out that the 20-point plan, the comprehensive plan for Gaza, which you point out only allows the Palestinian Authority to have any role in Gaza once they have completed a thoroughgoing slate of reforms, and they're like at day zero, I would say, at this point.
Thank you. Mr. Klein, did you have anything to add to that?
There's been no change whatsoever in the Palestinian Authority's attitude to murdering Jews and destroying Israel. That's why he brags about the fact that hundreds of his own people were involved in October 7th. And we need to put enormous pressure for a major change in the Palestinian Authority. And with your permission, I have to say, I urge all of you to read the Regavim report, 125 page report, which totally destroys the lie of settler violence. It is extremely minimal. And these are false statements made by anti-Israel NGOs and the anti-Israel UN. This is absolutely false. And also, there's been almost no settlements built since Oslo began in 1993. Israel occupies 3 to 5% of Judea and Samaria. So this is one of the big total nonsense lies. And if there was a deal made when Israel was offered a state 3 times in the last 20 years, if they accepted that, there would be no discussion of this. They turn it down because they won't accept Israel as a Jewish state. Let's look at who is responsible for the constant lack of peace in the Middle East. It's the Arabs, not Israel.
Thank you, Mr. Klein. I have one more quick question, see if I can get it in real quick. The Palestinian Authority has continually supported terrorism and militant activities against Israel while rejecting peace proposals within the country. Step 9 of President Trump's 20-point Gaza peace plan hinges on the Palestinian Authority completing necessary reforms in order to govern the public services and municipalities in Gaza. But the PA has a long record of taking actions to directly undermine regional peace and security. Once again, Professor, what makes this agreement different from past attempts at peace, and what reforms do you believe are the most important for the Palestinian Authority to implement to ensure lasting peace?
Yeah, so this agreement, the 20-point plan, in no way guarantees the PA a role, right? It provides conditions for when they may have a role, and as always, it's up to them to step up, and if they don't, they have no one to blame but themselves.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again to the witnesses here. The success of President Trump's peace plan relies on all the parties involved acting in good faith to advance the agreement, particularly in the Palestinian Authority, as you just alluded to. I look forward to working with the President to fully implement the peace in the Middle East, and I welcome working with anyone who is committed to ensuring the same. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. With that, I yield back.
Thank you, Representative Jackson. I now recognize Representative Schneider